Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Scott? First and foremost, my apologies for my tardiness for getting this video out to you, but I'm now at a point where things are kind of moving a little smoothly with the school, and I'm able to do a lot, focused on proactive athletes a little more heavily. So we'll start to get some traction very soon. And I'm going through all the messages that I missed, and I decided that I'm going to, well, not decided, I figured I might as well just go ahead and record the send the quick messages, do the recording that you asked for 2 weeks ago. Like I said, this isn't normally me, but it's kind of a hectic time of year. But we'll get things going really, really soon, get things rolling really, really soon. So the two questions that I do want to answer in terms of what inspired, well, first of all, the two questions I want to answer is what inspired me to become a business development director for proactive athletes? And it is plain and simple. The kids. All right, the kids. I don't think you understand. The kids for me is the only reason that I do this. I'm personally a product of being that kid who played for a football program in which I had to constantly reach out to the coach. I walked on at Stony Brook University as a football player, and I was the one reaching out to the coach, making sure my grades were right, making sure I was doing the things I needed to do to get into the school on my own merit. And when I look back on it, there's such a level of gratification. There's such a level of gratification. I'm 34-year-old man now, so this happened over 10 years ago. There's such a gratification, a sense of gratification when you are the one who is proactively reaching out to the coaches and being the one that shows them that you have interest, shows them why you want to do it, shows them if you're really about it, and then going out and accomplishing that goal. So number one, the answer to the first question, which is, what inspired me to be a business development director, is I want to teach and give kids and their families that same feeling. Throughout that entire process, my mother was there every step of the way. My father was there through every step of the way, and the way it kind of brought us together. I'll never forget the spring game in which I started. I started at the spring game, and everyone was there, and there was just such a sense of achievement because I was the one proactively going after this school. I got in on my own grades, and then I was able to walk onto the football program, get my bachelor's degree, the whole nine. So I want to give people that feeling. I want to do that for a living. I tell people all the time, I want to do that full time. I want to be able to give kids that feeling full time and be able to do it over and over and over again. So the next question I want to answer is, where do I see proactive athletes going in the future? Again, I see it being the future. I see it being the future. What we see now with NIL, with the transfer portal, with everything that is going on, the kind of sort of the chaos, right, that's going on in college athletics now when it comes to where kids are going to play, where coaches are going to land. It is the future. It is going to be your job as a parent. It's going to be your job as an athlete. It's going to be your job as the one who says they want to play collegiately. It's going to be your job to reach out to these coaches. I don't know the number, but I believe it was maybe, I think it was Coach Prime from Colorado, who said there were maybe like 4 kids from high school that, actually came in and played on this football team. That everybody else was from the transfer portal products. So it's going to be your job as a high school kid and the family of this high school kid who says you want to play in college. You got to be proactively reaching out to these people because they're not even, going to the high schools in many cases isn't even going to be completely necessary. So it's going to be your job to make sure you're showing the coaches that you have interest. And always know this: you can reach out to a coach whenever you want, how often you want, and you can be a pest. Understand? I used to reach out to Coach Goff, who was my recruiting coach at Stony Brook. I would do it over and over again. I'd be calling him on the phone, I'd be emailing, and do whatever it is I got to do. I didn't have Twitter back then, so now the algorithms and the research that Scott and the team has put together when it comes to how they really track who is opening up emails and all the technical stuff that they've done on the back end has made it really, really easy and efficient for you to consistently reach out to coaches, know where you want to play, know what you want to do in college, know what you are. Like I always say, or if something happens, God forbid something happens and you can't play your sport today, are you in a situation where you feel comfortable and you feel like you're going to be able to live a prosperous life? Are you going to be able to do what you want? You're going to be able to find those same passions and that same energy, that same thing that you brought to your sport of play. That's what you want the college process to be like. You want it to feel like home. You want it to feel like it's somewhere I can be, regardless of if I play a sport or not. Obviously, we want you to play a sport. Obviously, you want to find somewhere in which you're playing your sport, but also understand you're not living at home anymore. Now you're on your own, and you're going to have to make some adult decisions, and that takes time, and that takes a lot of conversations with a lot of people that have been there before. So the short answer, I know I get really long-winded when it comes to these things because I'm so passionate about it, but the short answer of where I see proactive going in the future, as I see it being the future, it actually is going to be the future. It's going to be the reason and the need that every high school kid who says they want to play in college, you're going to need this type of service to help you filter out and find out who exactly is for you, what program is for you, and things like that. So, again, my apologies, Scott, for being so late and getting this, but I will be on. Trust me, we're gonna get some. We're gonna do some major things, especially me being active in the NIL space and all that. There's so much synergy, so much opportunity between what I was doing previously before I became a business development director to now that I am a business development director. There's so many great things that I see on the horizon. So just holler at me with the next business meeting, and we'll talk more soon. Later.